I think we are seeing a lot more activity from US activists toward UK companies as the US market becomes more saturated. I mean, if you think about most US companies have had an experience with a US activist. And so as that market becomes more saturated, the UK and Europe becomes a natural, new, fertile ground for US activists. And so over the last few years, we've seen a big jump in activity from US activists to Europe in general, and within Europe, the UK in particular. The UK market is very attractive to US activists because of its, in some ways, similarity to the US market. It has a very transparent capital market system. The companies have good corporate governance systems in place. Management is used to engaging with investors. For those reasons, the UK companies are attractive for US investors. The UK also has big companies that are well run with experienced CEOs and an open capital market system and good governance strategies and a culture of engaging with investors. We've seen a shift in engagement from a few years ago when activists first came and approached European and UK companies. Now I think most companies recognize that the best way to engage with an activist is through constructive dialogue. So rather than, close the blinds, pull up the shutters, and pretend that they aren't there, to really meet them head on, but to be prepared, to have a plan, and to have an engagement strategy in place. I think the long-lasting impact of activists in the UK will be a recognition that activists can be a force for good and sometimes are voicing concerns of many shareholders. And so from that perspective, it's important that company management hear them out and engage with them as constructively as possible. Shareholder activists are very, very prepared, and oftentimes before they appear on a company's register, they will have done anywhere from 12 to 18 to maybe 36 months of research. So the best thing for a company to do is to be prepared themselves and to understand the activism landscape, to understand who the key shareholder activist investors are, and to look at their own business and do a vulnerability assessment on what might be the activists' key concerns and have responses ready to address them. The most prepared companies are the ones who generally tend to have the best outcomes.